A lot of people ask, what's your goals? What are you motivated towards? What are you working towards? Well, if you have goals, if you have things that you're working towards, awesome. Maybe you forgot about them, and that's okay to forget about them, because sometimes in life we are so focused on one thing or the other, or something else pops up, like in quarantine, where we're all shaken out of what we thought was going to be reality, and we have to understand where we're headed now. So what are your goals? What are your visions? I think it's great to have goals and visions, but if you don't, let's take a step back and remember what you're heading towards. When you're actually setting goals and working towards them, you're heading in the right direction. If you don't set goals, you don't set some kind of vision, you're just out there walking aimlessly, and you're gonna end up wherever you are. And maybe you're outside walking for a while and you get really, really tired because you've just been walking for 6 days straight, and you're so tired you sit down on the ground. You don't know where you are, don't know what's going on, and hey, you know what? Taking life just as it goes, and you're enjoying it, and that is perfectly fine. But if you thought in your head, I want to end up in this one specific spot, I want to go on a hike and I want to end up at the very top of that mountain so I can look out and I can see everything and everything's going to be beautiful. Well, then you know exactly what you have to do. You are going to go out in the morning before the sun comes up, before it's too hot, and you're going to go for that hike and make it to the top of the mountain, and you're gonna see all the beauty and all this different stuff. Maybe it was a waterfall, you take some pictures for your Instagram, now you're happy. Perfect. So one scenario, you plan out exactly what you want to happen and you're working towards a goal. The other one, you just go out there and you're just going and going and going. You had no end goal in mind, and all of a sudden you were just wherever life took you. So either way, whatever way you want to do is perfectly fine. Though what we're going to talk about are how to set goals, how to set a vision so that you're working towards the things you want in the right direction. And I've created a vision board. We're going to take a look at that actually in a moment, and we're going to start digging into my vision board and how you can create your vision board. So here's the vision board that I created. Perceptions in my life, things that are very relevant to me and things that I want to achieve. What I was learning is trying to create a vision board within the next 5 years, or things that can be very close. I think I've had a lot of difficulty planning things very far out just because of the quarantine and all this stuff with COVID, and the future is so unsure right now. So I'm trying to take a step back and do things that are really, really important to making me feel whole and on the right direction. So the very top left, there's an arrow. It looks like this guy standing out on the ledge, and all these people are very unsure of what he's doing. I think of that as thought leadership. I love mindset stuff. I love doing stuff that's really out there, that's not what society typically says. I just think of these guys as following into society, and they're just like, what? I don't understand why he's so far out there. Like, what is he doing looking at the stars? And I'm out there looking at the stars and trying to take these concepts. A lot of the stuff that I'm trying to understand is actually from a long time ago, maybe ancient philosophers, which is very interesting because the way that they saw the mind is very relevant today as well. So I absolutely love studying that stuff. It's very important. I want to definitely continue to be a thought leader as much as possible. So to the right of that, we have a picture of John Quincy Adams. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. So I have always wanted to be a leader. I've read a lot of leadership books, but I want to be a leader not just to be like patting my chest and saying I'm a leader and people follow me and I'm a alpha male, and no, it's none of that stuff. It's I want to help people live better lives. It would make me feel really good to help people live better lives. Actually, speaking to one of my buddies, I think it's a really beneficial thing to ask people what they see aligns with your future as well, or what they think brings you the most joy. So I asked my buddy, what does he think brings me the most joy? And he said, connecting with people, making them smile, helping them grow. So he thinks that by finding people that want to grow and helping them grow, that brings me a lot of fulfillment. He was spot on, to be very honest. I get so much joy out of helping people grow and help people thrive. Just live better lives. That brings me fulfillment. So this John Quincy Adams quote is very, very meaningful to me, and I want to keep helping people grow and live better lives. So below that we have a picture of people reading. For me, it's very important to keep reading, to not forget that I want to read very often. I also would love to have a book one day, and not for the sake of, yeah, I got a book, so I'm cool or whatever, but I really want a book that can help other people. The same thing that follows this John Quincy Adams quote, I want to help people grow as much as possible. So if there's a way to condense information down into a book that people enjoy reading and want to digest the content, that would be absolutely amazing. So that's a dream one day. That's why I created a blog on michaelostro.com, which is very, very in its new stages. But I know I want to get better at writing. So just by creating it and getting better at writing, hopefully it'll keep me on track. And that's the whole point of this vision board, to keep you on track, to keep you constantly thinking about it. The thing you might have seen earlier and laughed at is my face on this beach body, but I definitely want to have a good figure. I want to stay in shape. I want to keep looking good. And first of all, when I did this, I just had a picture of a dude, and I showed someone. They're like, "Why you have a half naked picture of a dude?" And this is actually more meaningful to have your face on it, because then you're envisioning what you would look like or at your perfect body. It's really helpful. You're seeing your face on it. Maybe my head's a little bit too large for that body, but whatever. I like seeing that. I'm working out more. I'm trying to stick towards my vision, and I really hope to have a better looking body. To the right of that, we have this guy sitting on the beach, relaxing with his laptop on his lap. Man, I love the beach. I am a beach over mountains kind of guy. I was living in Colorado before, and I decided to pick up all my belongings, put it up in my sports car, and drive back to New Orleans, because I really care about being closer to the water. I don't know where that'll end up taking me, but I know that it's important to me, whether it's living on the beach or just traveling to beach areas and working. I need to keep that in my mind, because that's really something that I want to do. I've spent a lot of time looking into traveling to places in Southeast Asia to be near water and live very inexpensively, but I think travel is not something that's going to happen at the moment, just with COVID going on, but I'm keeping updated with that, trying to keep it on the top of my mind. So I want to remember, if something pops up, some opportunity pops up, boom, grab it. This is where I want to be. Above it, you have these guys drinking in Japan. Actually, a lot of the stuff you're going to see to the right side is about Japan. Always been a huge fascination of mine. Everything about Japanese culture, very, very much like it. The food, the drinks, the architecture, the people, the level of respect they have for things, the discipline. Love Japanese culture. So being in Japan and drinking with people, cheersing, making friends there, just sounds like an amazing, amazing thing in my mind. Actually, March 26th of 2020, I was supposed to fly to Japan. I had a flight booked and everything, and I was supposed to go, and then the quarantine happened, and then flights were canceled literally like a week before. So I still have never been to Japan, and I hope to go. So top right, a lot about traveling through Japan, just the vision. I want to be here and look at the street at some point in time. Then right here we have this painting of this lady that's pouring sake. Just to let you know, sake is like my favorite drink, or my favorite alcoholic beverage on the planet, and to drink sake in Japan would be amazing. Amazing. And then here's a picture of a hotel. Really, when you're building this, it should be a little bit more realistic on some of the things that you do, just so that you can vision that it can really happen. So I tried to do that with a lot of these photos, try to find things that are pretty realistic and not too nice of a looking photo. Like, obviously this does look like it's very, very prepared, and so does this, but I mean, I imagine that I would look up and take a breath, like looking up and just enjoying the sun. Imagine here I'm cheersing people, and I can truly feel like I'm enjoying it. Also, the body that I chose is something that's not too far off. It's not someone that's like, crazy in the future. Actually, I think this guy is like 40 or 50 years old, and I'm 29. So I think that's a good looking body, and I think that's very achievable for me. So a lot of this stuff needs to be realistic, things that you're thinking about that really can happen. You also see this YouTube. Obviously, like I'm filming this video now, I want to make sure that I'm staying consistent with YouTube. My goal was to have 50 subscribers, and I think I just reached 50 subscribers. So I'm putting 1,000 here. That's a long vision that I want to have, something that I really want to achieve. But if I look at this each day, and the goal here is to look at it each day and think about these things. Am I being the leader that I want to be? Am I reading consistently? Am I exercising consistently? Am I working towards going to Japan or going to a beach to drink sake in Japan and enjoy and meet new friends in Japan? And am I growing this channel? Am I doing something each day that works on all of these? And if I'm following those thoughts, if I'm thinking about these things, they will come into reality. And the reason why I'm consistent on this and believe in it, as I've created some goals before that I really wanted to achieve. One of them was some financial goals to save a certain amount of money, and I saved that amount of money. And then right when I saved it, I was like, oh, well, what am I doing now? What's going on now? So coming back to your vision board and then realizing, all right, what's next will help you push forwards. If you have any questions on how to do a vision board, let me know. I'm here to help. I think this is extremely, extremely beneficial. And if you found any value, please like and subscribe to this video. Cheers.